This is Irontrader. This is the last call of the day. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, the Ethereum ETF, ETHU. We'll take a look here at MSTR, gold and silver, crude oil, natural gas, and we'll take a look here at the indexes, the Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq, which are kind of mixed right now. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas, along with the Baker Hughes rig count. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or selling stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're going to start off here with the old Bitcoin. Now, if you did watch my video for midday trading, I did Bitcoin, IBIT, which is a one-to-one ETF. BITX, I should say, is a 2 times leverage ETF. And then I did that Ethereum ETF for you on a daily and a weekly chart. So if you want to check that out, a little bit more detail. Okay, what we have here, you can see how we went all the way up here, 125.025. So I said when we get to this area, we have to see what the reaction is going to be. So far, it went up to it, but we can't get above it as of right now. Now, we still have a very nice green candle. It's not a topping tail candle, so we have a nice green candle. We just had a good rally up. But remember, this 125 is going to be very, very key. Now, so far right now, you're sitting at 123.425. Okay, so right here, we look to the left of the chart. You have 123.615. Okay, that's the resistance. Next level is going to be right there at 123.755. And then we come up to today's high at 125.025. And then 125.200. Now, if we close above it, that's the key, is closing above this, then your target is going to be that 130. Now, it's not going to go directly there. It'll go 126, 127, 128, but I think your target is going to be 130, and then you could rally all the way up to that 135 on the next move kind of a situation. You're only sitting at 64, so you have plenty of room to run. The green is below your red, but look how we are at the nice bottom of the chart. Plenty of room on the upside here, okay? Now, on the downside, we just want to follow everything what we had like in the past here. So what we're looking for, this is your next support level, 122.955 level. Okay, then we come down top of that candle, 120.755. We'll look at the top of that candle right there. You're looking at 119.810. Then we'll look here at the top of this candle. We have 119.145, and then we look there at 118.295, and then we just work yourself all the way on down, 117.335, and then we're looking for this 8-day at 115.904. You have your 50-day, 115.317, and then we obviously have your 21-day at 115.064. So a lot of support right here. But you look at this 8-day, see how it crossed over to 21-day, how it crossed over to 50-day. So when those futures open at 6 p.m. on Sunday night, this 8-day is going to be higher. And if it sells down, that's going to provide very, very nice, good support like it did here, kind of a situation, all right? So when we have the prices below that 8-day, then you're fighting it. When it goes above it, then that gives you a nice, good support kind of a level. But you got plenty of room here to run. So bottom line here is what you always want to watch is go to the left of the chart. We want to get and close above that 123.615, that 123.755, and then there's the big boy at 125.200. You crack that, you're going to venture right through that 130, 135 area, and you got plenty of room to run on your MACD and your RSI. Now, here, look at this weekly chart here. Look at what a beaut she is, okay? Bottom left, upper right, holding that 50-day all the way nice. Last week's candle, we came and we closed below that 21-day, but you know, this week's candle, we didn't even come close to that bottom. We rallied right up, and now look at that big green candle. But where did you go? Right into that resistance. That's why you want to trade the chart. Now, we had this double top situation, as you can see, sold right on down, kind of held that 21-day here for a lot of weeks, I should say, and now we're trying to retest that 125. So we got to see what's going to happen when the futures open Sunday night. And through next week's situation is what we're looking. But we're looking for this number right here, okay? That's going to be key. Right now, we fell just a little bit short, and we got to see if we're going to go sideways action. Now, you want to watch these price channels. See that the price channel is 122.40 level, okay? Now, you can see where the price is getting outside the price channel. And these price channels work just like Bollinger's Band, except I just think they're a lot more accurate because all they do is just measure the tops and the bottoms of candles, which works out very, very nice. It's very, very easy to see then exactly where the resistance and support levels are, okay? So bottom line here, what you want to do is watch today's high and then watch that 125.200. Very, very key. On the downside, we just followed all the candles all the way down, but watch this 8-day. As that creeps on up, that's going to provide very, very nice support. Now me, I am long the BITX, and I'm also trading the BITX, which was a fantastic trade. Today got as low as 60.59 and as high as 64.75. Look at the movement on this thing. It's freaking killer. Okay, let's take a look here now at ETHU, ETF, ETHU. All right, here we have the Ethereum ETF. Okay, so look and see what we got here. Nice. Now you can see here how we're trading pretty much like with the Bitcoin rolling up. This is rallying up. So we made this high today at 158 flat. What we're looking for on the left here is 158.10. See that? Look how nice that is. Okay, so everything you need to know when it rallies back up here is right here on your resistance. Okay, support, you just follow the candlesticks down. That's how you trade candles very, very nicely. Now, again, I did a video here on candlesticks and on chart pattern. Just punch it up and do yourself a favor. Just take a look at it. It's not a very long video. You can check out the exactly candlesticks, how to trade them, and then also chart patterns. Okay, like here's a beauty of one of a double top situation, and then she came right on down. Okay, so now we came in within. Look at that, within 10 cents of that bad boy. Okay, now, if we can rally back up to that 158 and that 158.10 level, then we can look to the top of that candle at 165.12. Then we can look at this retest here at 168.49, which is right there. We rally up. We got nice, good, lot of good resistance levels. 171. Okay, we got that 174 level. Come up here 175, and we have sticky here at 183, and then 186, and then your big boy up here at 188.73 level. You crack above that here. This is going to be your target. Going to be right there at that 251. Look how that thing can run, okay? Now, I personally don't trade these ETF on Ethereum. I just trade Bitcoin. Again, just remember, you can't trade everything, okay? That's the key. Don't be trading them. Pick about, 5 good things that you really like, okay? Like to me, I like trading the TQQs, and a lot of the tech stocks, whether it's Netflix or as a matter, Amazon, Nvidia is always a good one, Palantir, Tesla is a really great trade in both directions, kind of a situation. But don't get jammed up here with trying to do 10, 15 things. You're going to get lost in track, and you're just not going to make any money. You're just going to spin your wheel. Always use stop losses when you trade, okay? It's a lot easier to lose a little bit than it is to get hammered and lose a lot, kind of a situation. And always, always, always take money off the table, put it in your pocket. That's why you're trading, okay? So on the downside here, you got an indecision candle. We're going to be watching today's low, 147.46. But right here is 143 level with the 21-day and the 50-day. That's going to be very, very crucial. If we lose that, we're going to come right down to that 134 level. Then we have this gap. See this 137? And then we look at the top of that candle at 130. Okay, gap, fill, and we have that 8-day. So there's a lot of good support going on right here. But just watch that 21-day and that 50-day. Very, very key levels here. But we do have an indecision candle, so let's see how that shakes out. On the upside, just watch that 158. We crack above that, then we can go to the next level, and then take it all the way up to that bad boy right up there. Nice. Now, look at here, okay? Always watch that weekly. When we were in this level here, we had that 3 weeks of really, really nice holding that 8-day. I said, but if it gets lost, we could come all the way down to the 50, and we came pretty damn close, okay? Now, we had a nice good rally, but where did it go? I said, watch this 8-day. That's going to be critical, okay? Watch the 8-day. The weekly is even stronger than what the daily is, and the monthly is even stronger than that, okay? So make sure you watch that 153.63. You got to close above that. Then we can start heading for that 188 level. Okay, let's take a look here at MSTR. Okay, here we have MicroStrategy. Okay, now in the chat room, this was posted. They wanted me to take a look at it. Now, again, if you want me to take a look at any kind of a stock, ETF, commodity, whatever it is, just post it right there. I'll pull it up for you midday trading. No problem. Or like right now, I'll post it right for you. Anything you want. No issues. Okay? So here we had today, okay, we had this really nice good rally. Okay, we got as high as 358.54. What we're looking for? 358.25 right there. See this? Double top situation right there. Okay, now you have to close back above that 358.25 in order to negate that. That's the key. So one day does not make a market. Always remember that. Okay, so now we're below that 50-day. Okay, 352, and now we're below that 200-day at 351. Okay, so this is your upside target here first. You got to get above that 351.04. You have to get right above that 352 74 level. Then you can retest that 358, but you have to close above that. If you do, then we look at your next level is going to be right here. It's going to be 364.63. Come up there, 367.57. Come on to the top of that candle, 372.62, and then we have your 100-day at 375. But you have to get above the 200-day, the 50-day, and you got to crack above and close above that 358.25. Right now, we got a double top situation. Now, downside, we're going to be watching today's low, obviously. That's going to be 344. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking for. And then what we'll do is we'll come to the bottom of this candle, yesterday's candle, at 341 level. Then we can come up to the top of this candle. You're looking at 337. Then we'll be looking for this 330 level. This is your 21-day. And then we have your 8-day right below that at 327. Okay, now, that is going to be all your key support levels. But right now, upside, you got a strong resistance, 200-day, strong resistance, 50-day, and big ass strong resistance right here at that double top at 358 level. This is why I use the price channels. Look how nice and easy it makes this, because all you got to do is click on that price channel. Look at here. Boom. Look at here, right there. Look where it went. Okay. Very, very strong level. Okay. So upside, 200-day, 50-day, retest 358.25. Downside, key level, it's going to be right here, 21-day, and your 8-day. Now, you're only sitting at 54. This is not overbought or oversold. This is green is over your red. That's looking very, very good. Had a nice, good reaction off the bottom kind of a situation. And we're looking here actually very, very good. Now, you can see here we had positive divergence on the RSI. See how we had this low? Okay. We had a low. We had a lower low, but we had a higher low on the RSI. See this? Positive divergence. That gives you a tell to get in that bad boy, and then she can run up. But you got to always watch that level, because once you double top, this can go sideways to down very, very quick. Now, you look at the weekly chart. What do you got? Ran right into the 50-day, 348. Okay. Now, we're just above that 8-day, which is nice. So you want to make sure you hold that 341 level. On the upside, you got to crack above that 348.52 level. That's next. And then we have your 21-day at 371 if you keep rallying up. Now, this here, we have plenty of room to run. The green is still below your red, so it's showing a downtrend situation. Okay, so wait till that thing curls back up here. And the whole key to this whole trade is, if it's going to go higher, it's got to close above 358.25. All right, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold, here we have silver. Okay, now you can see here where we just got like a ping pong action. We're looking at 39.23 on the top, and that 8-day on the bottom, 38.47. We lose that 38.47, that's that 8-day. We'll come right to the bottom there, 38.42. Come to the bottom there at 38.20 level, okay? Then we'll come to the bottom. You're looking at a 37.85 level, and then we'll be looking right here, 37.57. That'll be your catch-all, your 21-day, okay? Now, upside, very, very easy, 39.23. You got to crack above it, and you got to close above it. You do, it's going to be 39.50, but realistically, I think you're going to hit to that 4,000 level, maybe even 4,020 on the old gold. That looks like where they want to take this. Your RSI here, though, got to be careful. This is sitting at 80. Oh, man, that is way, way on the overbought kind of situation. However, you can stay overbought for a while. The green is over your red. Still looking very, very good. Very, very bullish trend. Bottom line, as long as this government shutdown is going on, gold, I think, is going to go higher, and I think they want to tag that 4,000 mark on the old gold. Now, silver, if you do the fibs on this thing, you're looking at for that 50 mark. Okay, that's just reality. Now we got as high as 48.32. Okay, and then what we did is we couldn't get, we closed right above that, right below that 48.01 level. Okay, but you notice when it came down, what did it do? It held that 8-day. Okay, so I say the same thing every day. As long as that price is above the 8-day on a closing basis, it's sideways to up action. So I'm looking for that 50-day, $50, $50 on the old silver. Okay, now we're sitting here at a very, very good nosebleed situation, green over your red. But again, as long as that 8-day holds, we're going to look basically going to go higher. Now, 8-day, you want to watch that. That's going to be support, 46.52, bottom of this candle at 45.71 level. Okay, then we come to the bottom there, looking at 44.89. And then we can come to the bottom of that candle, 44.06, and then we're looking right here, 44.07, which is sitting right there. That's be your catch-all. But right now, really uptrending situation. Looks like it just wants to go higher. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. All right, here we have crude oil. Now, it's trying to rally. Pretty pathetic kind of situation. You have an inside day, okay, which basically your high and low is the inside the previous day. Upside, we got as high as 61.38. You got to get above this right here, 61.45. That's going to be big time resistance. You do, and then we come up top of that candle there. You're looking at 62.54, but realistically, this 63 area with the 21-day and 8-day, that's going to be very, very strong. Okay. Then above that, if you can get above it, 63.98. There's your 50-day, and then we have 64.81. There's your 100 SMA. You have your retest at 66.42, and then we have 66.65. That is your 200 SMA. Now remember, OPEC is going to be meeting, and we'll have to see how much oil they're going to be adding. Now last time they were adding a lot of oil, but they're actually putting on more oil than what they even said they're going to be putting on the back on the market again. So I just think oil is going to go down in the 50s. I still always will believe that, at least somewhere, not today, but I say by the end of the year. So what you watch on a downside is watch that 40 level. You lose that, you can come right down here, basically 60.02, call it 60 flat. And then right here is going to be your target at 59.74. That's going to be your next target on the downside. Lose that, here's your next target, 57.74. And then we had come all the way down to that 55.12 level. Now, this is not overbought, oversold. The green is below your red, shows momentum to the downside, which is, pretty obvious. But here was another double top situation where we had this 66.03. You retested it with 66.42. It looks like it's going to run up and up. No. See, topping tail, and boom, down she comes. Okay, so right now, bottom line, just watch this bottom of this candle, 60.40. We lose it. There's your target, 59.74. Upside, if it has any kind of a rally, watch that 63, 8-day, 21-day, strong resistance. Okay, natural gas. Look at natty gas here. Now, I'm glad I took everything off the table yesterday. See this? Topping tail. See that? Topping tail. Top. Okay? When you see that, it's going lower. That's it. You have to get above that to negate that. But again, obviously, we didn't. So you always got to give it the benefit of the doubt. When you do see that, you got to either go short. Well, I'm not going short. I'm just trading the long side, okay? So downside, we're watching this 330 level, okay? And then we'll be watching right here is going to be that 324. And then we're going to come right here to that 8-day at 322. Now, if we lose that, then we have this 319 level. We'll come up here. You have 316. We have 313 level. Then we come down here to your 308, your 21-day. Then we have your 50-day at 3 flat, okay? Just like that. Now, you can see here where it rallied up. It never got overbought. It just came running down. But this was a hell of a rally here, all the way from 277 all the way up to the 358. I mean, come on. What do you want, Now, if we can crack up higher, watch that 348. That's that 200-day. And then, obviously, 358. That is your that's just going to be your breakout. But all you have to do is look to the left of the chart here. What do you see? 359. You came in within one. I mean, come on. That's pretty damn good. Now, look on the left hand. Then above that is 362. That's going to be your next target right above that. But again, you have to get back above that 200-day and above the topping tail in order to do that. Right now, you have topping tail, red. So we got to see when this sells down. Watch some futures Sunday night if it can hold that 100-day and if it can hold that 8-day. If not, it's going to come lower, and we could come all the way down to that 21 SMA. Now, there's a gap. Watch that gap, 3.12, and we want to watch that fill at 296. Gap, fill, but we have 8, 21-day, 50-day SMA here, okay? So yesterday was the time to do the sell because you got to close above 200. You can't just pop and drop them. You got to close above it. Otherwise, this is what we got. See this? Topping tail. See this? Topping tail. Okay, let's take a look at the indexes. Here we have indexes, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ. Now, what do we have here? Dow's rallying up there. It's up there 3 1/4. So we were down here. I said, it looks like they want to push this to that 47,000 market. Okay, so they overshot it by 49. 47,000. Okay, that's it. Now, you have to close right there above that level, 46,714. If not, we have the 8-day. Okay, we have the 21-day. We have the 50-day. But right now, we're above this. So 47 is your mark. We crack above that, you can run at the 47.5, 48. You can run it all up to 50,000. But 47,000 looks like one likes the ticket as of right now. Okay. Now, S&P, same thing. 67.50. We're down here. I said 6,700. Now they overshot it. 67.50. Right now you're sitting at 67.21. Okay. You keep right on rolling. That's going to be 68, and you can take that all the way to 7,000. Okay. Very, very easily. But it is just a big melt up. And I'm telling you right now, not today, not tomorrow. When this rolls over, this is going to roll over unbelievably hard. Okay? So just remember that. Traders market, traders market, traders market. Okay, now here we have the old NASDAQ. I'm looking for 23,000. Came up to 23,925. Didn't quite make it there, but I'm looking for that 23,000 mark. You crack above that, 23,500, 24, you can go 25,000. Okay. But again, this is just a trader's market. You got negative divergence here, negative divergence here, and negative divergence going on here. But traders just jumping in, FOMO, retail traders think that, it's going to keep running and running. And right now it is running. Okay. But eventually it's going to come off. So traders market, do yourself a favor. Stop losses, money in the pocket. Okay. Traders market. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here Sunday night. I'm going to do it all over again. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.